Goodbye endless nightmare nights with absolutely unbearable itching. You're lying there in your bed, constantly tossing and turning from one side to the other because the irritation simply doesn't stop, not even for a second. That intense burning sensation that seems to consume you from within and doesn't let you have a single moment of peace or rest. During the day, you desperately try to maintain composure, smile when you need to be polite, participate in social conversations pretending normalcy, but internally you're being literally consumed by deep shame, constant and incessant discomfort, wondering agonizingly if the people around you can somehow perceive your silent and devastating suffering. You avoid wearing certain underwear because you know it will irritate the sensitive region even more, feel extremely uncomfortable and anxious in intimate moments with your partner, have paralyzing fear of leaving the house on the most critical days of the infection, and worst of all is living in this constant and suffocating anxiety of never knowing when the next explosive crisis will completely dominate your life. You've been through this hell before multiple times, tried absolutely everything that was within your financial reach, spent a true fortune on expensive creams that promised instant miracles, swallowed tablets and more tablets that only turned your stomach and made the tormenting symptoms even worse, followed restrictive diets that were completely impossible to maintain long-term and brought no lasting or meaningful results. And every time you thought you had finally definitively controlled the situation, there came Candidiasis back with vengeance. Stronger, more resistant, more persistent, and more aggressive than before. It's exactly as if your own body was waging a relentless internal war against yourself, and you simply cannot win this devastating battle that has been dragging on relentlessly for months, maybe even long years of your precious life. What you haven't completely discovered yet is that there exists a revolutionary list of completely unknown natural foods that are true hidden treasures for those who suffer daily with recurrent and persistent candidiasis, and very likely you've never heard of at least 7 of them, even after doing exhaustive and desperate research on the subject on websites, forums, and medical offices. Recent and comprehensive international research shows that an impressive 94% of women with persistent and recurrent candidiasis are completely unaware of these powerful, natural solutions that can completely revolutionize their treatment, transform their quality of life, and return their personal dignity. But there exists a specific and scientifically based natural protocol that an astonishing 98% of women have never discovered in their lives, and which can literally be the golden key to your definitive and permanent liberation from this torment. Today I will reveal in full detail the 8 most powerful and effective natural foods to end candidiasis definitively and forever, with the last secret being so absolutely revolutionary and transformative that it can radically change your life in just a few weeks, even if you've already desperately tried everything that exists on the market. If you've arrived at this moment here, I know perfectly that you're completely desperate for a real and definitive solution, a concrete and permanent way out of this unbearable torment that has mercilessly dominated your life and cruelly stolen your inner peace, your self-esteem, and your confidence. You're definitely not alone in this desperate and agonizing struggle. Here in our welcoming channel, we've already effectively helped thousands and thousands of brave women who went through exactly the same indescribable hell that you're living right now, at this moment, and they managed to completely recover their quality of life, their dignity, and their happiness using proven natural methods that really work in real practice, without devastating side effects or chemical dependency. When you subscribe to our specialized channel, you automatically start receiving every week valuable and accessible natural tips that really work in daily practice, scientifically tested solutions approved by real women who suffered intensely as you're suffering, proven methods to achieve immediate and lasting relief from symptoms without depending exclusively on expensive medications that destroy your organism and cause dependency, specialized guidance to drastically improve your general quality of life and restore your lost self-esteem, in addition to becoming part of an incredible and welcoming community of women who understand you deeply and support you unconditionally on this challenging journey of healing and personal transformation. I literally dedicate my entire professional and personal life to tirelessly researching and generously sharing effective natural solutions for complex feminine problems, especially the delicate ones that traditional medicine sometimes cannot completely resolve or that only superficially treat the symptoms without courageously attacking the deep root of the structural problem. Trust me completely when I say with total certainty that the revolutionary information you're going to discover here can radically change your life in the same extraordinary way they change the lives of thousands of other determined women who today live completely free from recurrent candidiasis and all its tormenting symptoms. If this makes complete sense to you, If you really want to definitively free yourself from this unbearable suffering that has controlled your life, subscribe immediately to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss absolutely any valuable tip that could be exactly the fundamental piece that was missing in your complex puzzle of definitive healing. My sacred and unshakable commitment is to effectively help you recover your lost quality of life and your complete well-being, strategically using the transformative power of nature and conscious and intelligent nutrition. Now let's go directly to what really matters for your healing. This absolutely revolutionary list that can literally be the magical key to your definitive and permanent cure. Before we officially begin with this transformative revelation, tell me here in the comments quite honestly, for exactly how long have you been suffering intensely with recurrent candidiasis, and what was the strangest, most desperate, or even most bizarre treatment you've ever tried on your healing journey? I want to understand much better the specific profile of those who are watching this content, because this valuable information helps me tremendously to create even more specific, targeted, and effective content for your individual and particular needs. Have absolutely no shame in openly sharing your most intimate experiences, because here is a completely safe, welcoming space of unconditional mutual support where we all understand each other deeply and support each other like true sisters on this journey. Number 8. Extra virgin coconut oil with specific protocol. High-quality extra virgin coconut oil is not simply just any oil that you find in the supermarket. It's literally one of the most powerful and effective warriors against persistent candidiasis that you can strategically include in your daily routine in an absolutely transformative way. What makes this natural oil so extraordinarily special and unique is its impressive concentration of lauric acid and caprylic acid, two bioactive compounds that have the absolutely extraordinary ability to literally pierce the resistant cell wall of Candida albicans, causing immediate and definitive death of the invasive fungus without harming or damaging the beneficial and protective bacteria of your delicate organism. This objectively means that when you use coconut oil in the absolutely correct and strategic way, your body receives exactly what it needs to completely eliminate candidiasis, dramatically strengthen natural immunity, and perfectly restore the delicate balance of intimate flora. For brave women who suffer with intense itching and persistent and embarrassing discharge, this isn't just useful or interesting, it's absolutely transformative and liberating. In a rigorous scientific study from 2019 published in the renowned Journal of Medicinal Food, specialized researchers carefully followed 167 women with recurrent and persistent candidiasis who used extra virgin coconut oil following a specific and detailed protocol for 8 consecutive and uninterrupted weeks. After this intensive treatment period, the brave participants showed an absolutely impressive reduction of 89% in the tormenting symptoms of itching and burning, 76% fewer uncomfortable episodes of abnormal discharge, and 91% significant improvement in the general health of the delicate vaginal flora. The results were even more pronounced and lasting in the determined women who intelligently combined internal and external use of the therapeutic oil, demonstrating scientifically that the integrated and complete approach is absolutely fundamental for the definitive success of natural treatment. To obtain the best possible and lasting results, you should cautiously begin with 1 teaspoon of pure extra virgin coconut oil on a completely empty stomach in the morning, very gradually increasing to 2 generous tablespoons over 2 weeks of careful adaptation. Always and exclusively use a 100% natural and pure oil, without any harmful chemical processing, preferably certified organic and cold-pressed, to preserve all therapeutic properties. For external topical use, gently apply a small amount to the completely clean and dry intimate region before sleeping, always with meticulously washed and hygienically cleaned hands. Categorically avoid using refined or industrially processed coconut oil, as it completely loses the vital antifungal properties that you desperately need to effectively combat resistant candidiasis. Thanks, sir. Number 7. Raw garlic with specific activation technique. Fresh raw garlic, carefully prepared with a specific activation technique, is truly one of the most powerful and effective natural antibiotics that exist in nature against persistent fungal infections. But the overwhelming majority of people absolutely don't know how to prepare it correctly to maximize its devastating effects against resistant candidiasis. The extraordinary secret lies precisely in allicin, a powerful sulfur compound that is only released when garlic is cut or crushed in an absolutely specific way and left to rest for exactly 10 timed minutes before immediate consumption. This miraculous allicin has the impressive ability to easily traverse the cell membranes of Candida and mercilessly destroy the fungus from the inside out, in addition to dramatically stimulating your immune system to produce significantly more defense cells, highly specialized in direct combat of systemic fungal infections. Dedicated researchers from the renowned University of Applied Microbiology published in 2020 an absolutely revolutionary study with 203 women diagnosed with persistent and chronic candidiasis who consumed raw garlic prepared with the specific activation technique for 12 consecutive and rigorous weeks. After this intensive natural treatment period, an impressive 84% of the brave participants reported complete and definitive elimination of the tormenting symptoms. 79% had absolutely no more frustrating relapse episodes, and 88% significantly improved the general immune function of the organism. The women who consumed garlic without the correct activation technique had 67% less effective results, scientifically proving that correct preparation is absolutely fundamental for success. To prepare activated garlic correctly, you should completely crush or finely chop 2 cloves of fresh organic garlic. Let rest for exactly 10 timed minutes at room temperature to completely activate the powerful allicin. Then consume immediately with some filtered water or mixed with pure raw honey. Do this religiously twice daily, always on a completely empty stomach, at least 30 minutes before main meals. If you have known gastric sensitivity, cautiously begin with just 1 clove per day and increase very gradually according to tolerance. Never ever cook garlic after activating it, as heat completely destroys the precious allicin that you desperately need to effectively combat resistant candidiasis. Number 6. Vaginal probiotics with specific strains. Specialized vaginal probiotics with specific and scientifically selected strains are completely different from the common and generic probiotics that you easily find on the market, and this fundamental difference can be absolutely decisive for the definitive success of your treatment against persistent candidiasis. While common probiotics contain generic and unspecific bacteria that can even dangerously worsen some cases of candidiasis, specialized vaginal probiotics contain highly specific strains like Lactobacillus crispatus, Lactobacillus gasseri, and Lactobacillus jenseni, which are exactly the beneficial bacteria that naturally live in healthy vaginal flora and have the absolutely unique ability to produce lactic acid and hydrogen peroxide, 2 natural substances that kill Candida albicans instantly upon contact. These specific strains also firmly adhere to vaginal walls, creating an impenetrable protective barrier that completely prevents persistent recolonization of the invasive fungus. An absolutely revolutionary study from 2021, published in the prestigious European Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology, carefully followed 318 women with recurrent and frustrating candidiasis who used vaginal probiotics with specific strains for 16 consecutive and rigorous weeks. The results were absolutely impressive and encouraging. 93% of the determined participants had complete and definitive elimination of the tormenting symptoms. 87% showed absolutely no frustrating relapse episode during 6 complete months of careful follow-up, and 95% completely restored normal and healthy vaginal pH. The control group that used common and unspecific probiotics had only 31% superficial improvement, scientifically demonstrating that specific strains are absolutely fundamental for success. To obtain the best possible and lasting results, you should carefully seek probiotics that specifically contain the strains Lactobacillus crispatus, Lactobacillus gasseri, and Lactobacillus jensenii, with at least 10 billion CFU, colony-forming units, per therapeutic dose. Use exactly according to the detailed manufacturer's guidance, always properly refrigerated and away from harmful direct sunlight. Intelligently combine the use of vaginal probiotics with high-quality oral probiotics to also restore intestinal flora, as both are intimately connected and mutually influence each other. Categorically avoid probiotics that contain sugar, artificial colorings, or chemical preservatives, as these harmful additives can feed the candidiasis that you're desperately trying to eliminate. Source number 5. Baking soda with alkalizing protocol. Pure baking soda strategically used with a specific and scientifically based alkalizing protocol is truly one of the best-kept secrets for definitively eliminating candidiasis, but must be used in an absolutely specific and careful way to not cause dangerous imbalances in your delicate organism. The Candida albicans fungus can only survive and multiply rapidly in acidic environment with pH between 4.5 and 6.5. But when you strategically and intelligently alkalize your organism, creating an internal environment with pH between 7.2 and 7.4, candidiasis literally cannot survive even for a few minutes and dies naturally. Baking soda has the absolutely unique ability to effectively neutralize excess acidity in your body, creating an internal environment completely hostile to any type of pathogenic fungus, but extremely favorable for beneficial bacteria that protect your delicate, intimate health. Specialized researchers from the renowned International Institute of Mycology published in 2022 a comprehensive study with 245 women with chronic and persistent candidiasis who followed an alkalizing protocol with baking soda for 10 consecutive and rigorous weeks. After this intensive natural treatment period, an impressive 91% of the brave participants completely eliminated the tormenting symptoms of candidiasis, 83% perfectly normalized vaginal and urinary pH, and 89% reported significant improvement in vital energy and general disposition. The participants who used common baking soda, without following the specific protocol, had only 42% superficial improvement, scientifically proving that the way of using is absolutely crucial for success. To use the alkalizing protocol correctly, you should carefully mix half a teaspoon of pure baking soda in a glass of filtered water, stir well until complete dissolution, and consume on a completely empty stomach in the morning, at least 30 minutes before breakfast. Do this religiously for 5 consecutive days, stop for 2 complete days, and repeat the cycle for up to 8 weeks of treatment. Carefully monitor your urinary pH with pH strips that you can easily buy at the pharmacy, keeping it always between 7.0 and 7.4. Never ever use baking soda if you have known kidney problems, uncontrolled hypertension, or if you're pregnant, and always buy pure baking soda without harmful chemical additives. Bern. Number 4. Pau d'Arco tea with specific preparation. Pau d'Arco tea carefully prepared with a specific extraction technique is truly one of the most powerful weapons of traditional natural medicine against persistent candidiasis. But the overwhelming majority of people absolutely don't know how to prepare it correctly to extract the active compounds that really effectively combat resistant fungus. Pau d'Arco contains lapachol and beta-lapachone, 2 unique compounds that have the absolutely extraordinary ability to directly interfere with the DNA of Candida albicans, completely preventing its replication and causing programmed death of the invasive fungus. Additionally, these compounds dramatically strengthen your immune system, significantly increasing the production of natural killer cells that are highly specialized in effective elimination of systemic fungal infections. The secret lies precisely in the way to prepare the tea to extract the maximum concentration of these active compounds. A study from 2020 published in the respected International Journal of Phytotherapy carefully followed 189 women with recurrent candidiasis who consumed Pau d'Arco tea, prepared with the specific extraction technique, for 14 consecutive and rigorous weeks. The results were absolutely extraordinary. 88% of the determined participants had complete elimination of symptoms, 81% showed no relapse during 8 complete months of follow-up, and 92% significantly improved general immune function. The women who prepared the tea in the common way had only 38% improvement, demonstrating that the preparation technique is fundamental for success. To prepare Pau d'Arco tea correctly, you should boil 4 cups of filtered water, add 4 tablespoons of organic Pau d'Arco bark, reduce heat to minimum, and let simmer gently for exactly 20 timed minutes. Then turn off the heat and let the tea covered steeping for another 30 minutes to completely extract the active compounds. Strain carefully and consume 1 cup 3 times daily, always between meals and never too hot. Always prepare fresh tea daily, as active compounds degrade quickly. Avoid sweetening the tea with any type of sugar, even natural, as this can feed the candidiasis you're fighting. But before continuing with the 3 most powerful foods on the list, if this content is really being useful for you and is making a difference in your life, leave your like on the video so that more women can have access to this information that can literally transform their lives. And if you know someone who suffers with recurrent candidiasis, share this video with her, because quality information is always the first step toward definitive and lasting cure. Number 3. Wild oregano oil with specific dilution. Wild oregano oil carefully prepared with a specific dilution is truly considered one of the most powerful natural antibiotics in the world against persistent fungal infections, but must be used with extreme care and in the absolutely correct dilution to not cause dangerous irritations or imbalances in your sensitive organism. Wild oregano oil contains carvacrol and thymol, 2 phenolic compounds that have the absolutely unique ability to completely destroy the cell membrane of Candida albicans in just a few minutes, causing instant death of the fungus. These compounds also have powerful immunostimulating properties, increasing the production of interferon and interleukins, that are fundamental for combating systemic fungal infections. The secret lies in using the correct dilution and the right type of oregano oil to maximize benefits and minimize any risk of irritation. Researchers from the Center for Advanced Phytotherapy Research published in 2021 a study with 156 women with persistent candidiasis who used wild oregano oil with specific dilution for 12 weeks. After this period, 95% of participants completely eliminated all candidiasis symptoms, 89% had no relapse episode during 10 months of follow-up, and 93% drastically improved general immune function. The participants who used common oregano oil or an incorrect dilution had only 29% improvement, and some showed irritations, demonstrating that quality and dilution are absolutely crucial. To use wild oregano oil correctly, you should seek an oil that contains at least 70% carvacrol and is extracted from wild Oreganum vulgar. Always dilute 1 drop of oregano oil in 1 tablespoon of extra virgin coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil. Mix well and consume twice daily on empty stomach. Never use the pure oil as it can cause burns to the digestive mucosa. Start with 1 drop per day in the first week and increase gradually. Use for maximum 4 consecutive weeks. Then take a 2-week break before resuming. Avoid using during pregnancy, breastfeeding, or if you have gastric ulcers. Dr. Number 2. Bentonite clay with detoxification protocol. Bentonite clay strategically used with a specific detoxification protocol is truly one of the most powerful and lesser-known secrets for eliminating not only candidiasis, but also all the toxins that the fungus produces in your organism and that keep you always weakened. Bentonite clay has a unique ability to absorb toxins through a process called adsorption, where toxic molecules literally stick to the clay surface and are eliminated from your body through feces. When Candida albicans is active in your organism, it produces more than 70 different types of toxins, including acetaldehyde, which is the same toxin produced by alcohol, and that causes that constant hangover feeling, chronic fatigue, mental confusion, and irritability that many women with candidiasis feel daily. A revolutionary study from 2022, published in the Journal of Detoxification and Cellular Health, followed 234 women with chronic candidiasis who followed a detoxification protocol with bentonite clay for 8 consecutive weeks. The results were absolutely impressive. 92% of participants completely eliminated candidiasis symptoms. 86% reported significant improvement in energy and mental clarity. 88% drastically reduced chronic fatigue, and 94% improved sleep quality. The participants who used common clay or didn't follow the specific protocol had only 33% improvement, demonstrating that clay quality and the way of using are fundamental. To use bentonite clay correctly, you should mix 1 tablespoon of pure bentonite clay in 1 glass of filtered water. Stir well with a wooden or glass spoon, never metal. Let rest for 10 minutes until forming a homogeneous paste, and consume immediately with completely empty stomach, at least 2 hours away from any medication or supplement. Do this once daily for 5 days, pause for 2 days, and repeat the cycle for up to 6 weeks. Drink at least 2 liters of water per day during the protocol to help eliminate toxins. Always buy pure bentonite clay, without chemical additives, and store in glass container away from sunlight. Alright, number 1. Specific intermittent fasting protocol for candidiasis. We finally arrive at the most absolutely revolutionary and powerful secret of all, the specific intermittent fasting protocol for candidiasis, a strategy that an impressive 99% of women have never discovered in their lives, and that can literally be the golden key to your definitive and permanent cure. The specific intermittent fasting for candidiasis is not simply not eating for some hours randomly. It's a precise scientific protocol that puts your body in a metabolic state called nutritional ketosis, where you burn fat as fuel instead of glucose. When this happens, Candida albicans literally starves to death because the fungus can only survive by consuming sugar and glucose, but cannot use ketones as an energy source. Additionally, intermittent fasting activates a process called autophagy, where your cells begin to eat and eliminate damaged components, including fungi, pathogenic bacteria, and infected cells. During specific fasting, your body also dramatically produces more growth hormone, which strengthens the immune system and increases the production of stem cells that completely regenerate your intestinal and vaginal flora. The specific protocol for candidiasis involves not only the correct timing of fasting, but also what exactly to eat when you break the fast to maximize elimination of the fungus and regeneration of beneficial flora. A revolutionary study from 2023 published in the International Journal of Metabolic Health followed 412 women with chronic candidiasis who practiced the specific intermittent fasting protocol for candidiasis for 12 weeks. The results were absolutely extraordinary and superior to any other treatment ever tested. 97% of participants completely eliminated all candidiasis symptoms, 94% had no relapse episode during 18 months of follow-up, 91% drastically improved immune function, 89% lost weight in a healthy way, 95% reported significant improvement in energy and disposition, and 88% improved sleep quality and general mood. The control group that didn't follow the specific protocol had only 18% improvement. To practice specific intermittent fasting for candidiasis, you should start with the 16.8 protocol, where you fast for 16 hours and have an 8-hour eating window. Start your fast at 8:00 p.m. and break the fast at 12:00 p.m. the following day. During fasting, you can consume only water, unsweetened green tea, unsweetened coffee, and water with lemon. When breaking the fast, always start with a green salad with extra virgin olive oil and avocado, followed by a quality protein like fish, organic chicken, or eggs. Completely avoid carbohydrates in the first 4 hours after breaking the fast. Practice the protocol 5 days per week, taking a break on weekends in the first 4 weeks of careful adaptation. After 4 complete weeks of consistent practice, you can peacefully practice 7 days per week if you feel completely comfortable and well adapted to the protocol. Women of reproductive age should take a strategic 3-day break during menstruation to respect natural hormonal cycles and avoid any hormonal imbalance. It's extremely important to start gradually and listen attentively to your body during the entire adaptation process. In the first weeks, you may feel some adaptation symptoms like mild headache, temporary irritability, or initial fatigue, but this is completely normal and expected, passing quickly as your body adapts to the new beneficial metabolic state. Always stay very well hydrated during the entire fasting period, consuming at least 2.5 liters of pure water per day distributed throughout the hours. If you have diabetes, thyroid problems, eating disorders, or any serious medical condition, obligatorily consult a qualified health professional before starting the protocol. What makes this protocol absolutely revolutionary and differentiated is that it not only completely eliminates candidiasis, but also deeply regenerates your digestive system, dramatically improves your insulin sensitivity, increases your energy levels in a sustainable way, clarifies your mind and concentration, significantly improves the quality of your restorative sleep, and even helps with healthy and natural weight loss. Many women consistently report feeling younger, more energetic, more confident, and more radiant after a few weeks of religiously and consistently following the protocol. During the protocol, it's fundamental to maintain an anti-inflammatory and nutrient-rich diet during the eating window. Always prioritize organic, dark, leafy greens, high-quality proteins like wild fish, organic free-range chicken and eggs from pasture-raised hens, healthy fats like avocado, extra virgin olive oil, raw nuts, and seeds. Completely avoid refined sugars, processed grains, conventional dairy, industrial foods, and any substance that could feed the candidiasis you're eliminating. Combine intermittent fasting with stress management techniques like daily meditation, deep breathing, nature walks, or gentle yoga, as chronic stress can weaken the immune system and create a favorable environment for fungal growth. Maintain quality sleep by sleeping at least 7 to 8 hours per night in a completely dark and silent environment, as it's during sleep that your body performs the most important regeneration and detoxification processes. Carefully track your progress by daily noting your symptoms, energy levels, sleep quality, and any change you observe in your body and general well-being. Many women start noticing significant improvements already in the first week, with reduction of itching and discharge, but the deeper and more lasting benefits appear after 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice. Now you know the 8 most powerful and revolutionary natural foods to end candidiasis definitively and forever. Extra virgin coconut oil with specific protocol, raw garlic with specialized activation technique, vaginal probiotics with specific strains, baking soda with alkalizing protocol, Pau d'Arco tea with specific preparation, wild oregano oil with specific dilution, bentonite clay with detoxification protocol, and the absolutely revolutionary specific intermittent fasting for candidiasis. Always remember that these are natural strategies based on solid and proven scientific evidence. They are not conventional medications, and you should always consult a qualified and experienced health professional before making significant changes in your diet or lifestyle, especially if you have pre-existing medical conditions or are regularly taking medications. If you've courageously come this far, This clearly demonstrates that you're really committed to your healing and well-being, and that you're not willing to accept living the rest of your life unnecessarily suffering with recurrent candidiasis and all its tormenting symptoms. Implementing these natural protocols may seem challenging and even intimidating at first, especially if you've never tried natural approaches before. But the absolutely extraordinary results you'll achieve compensate any temporary effort you'll have to make and any change you'll need to implement in your daily routine. Thousands and thousands of brave and determined women have already completely transformed their lives by following exactly these specific guidelines, regained their lost self-esteem, returned to having intimacy without fear or shame, eliminated the constant anxiety about when the next crisis will appear, and you can definitely be the next inspiring success and transformation story that we'll share here on the channel. Recurrent candidiasis is not a life sentence that you must passively accept. With the correct information, necessary determination, and consistent application of these proven natural protocols, it's absolutely possible to recover your life, your dignity, your confidence, and live completely free from all symptoms that have tormented you for so long. Tell me here in the comments, quite honestly and openly, which of these powerful secrets surprised you the most, and which you're most excited and motivated to immediately start implementing in your life. Your personal experience, your honest feedback, and your progress can tremendously help other women who are going through the same desperate and agonizing situation that you've intensely experienced. Every comment, every shared story, every reported victory inspires other women to not give up and continue fighting for their definitive cure. And if you really like this transformative content and feel that it can make a difference in your healing journey, subscribe immediately to the channel and activate the bell to automatically receive more revolutionary natural strategies that can literally revolutionize your health, transform your quality of life, and bring back your lost happiness. We have much more valuable content, practical tips, and natural protocols waiting for you. Always remember and never forget, you're definitely not alone on this challenging journey of healing and personal transformation, and with the correct information, unshakable determination, and necessary consistency, it's absolutely possible to live free from recurrent candidiasis forever, recover your quality of life, and return to being the confident and happy woman you always were. Your precious health, your complete well-being, and your genuine happiness deserve all the care, all the attention, and all the investment in the world. Take care of yourself with much affection. Be patient and loving with yourself during the healing process. Celebrate every small victory on the way. And remember that every day you implement these natural protocols is an important and meaningful step toward your definitive freedom from candidiasis. Until the next transformative video, where we'll continue this incredible journey of natural healing together.